we're trying to not have this year be tied to any other year from the past. And I think we started out that way, talking that way, but I think it's become that way. I don't think we're thinking much about that right now. And we've been working to do that. And I think a game like this makes it easier to do that too, because you're right. I mean, they finished that. That was one that could have gone either way, especially after the missed field goal, the block, the 2 turnovers. And a few of the big injuries in that game. So for us to still find a way to close out that and win, I was real proud of this year's team, and hope we'll be back at it next week ready to go.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, you're looking live here at the Blue Light, here in San Francisco. Welcome to Niners Radio Live here in San Francisco. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. We're just coming on a little bit of horseback ride of the first Sunday of the 2025 season. The 49ers with a dramatic come-from-behind victory over the Seattle Seahawks up at Lumen Field by a score of 17-13 in a comeback fashion. You're looking live here in the Blue Light Bar and Grill here in the Marina District in San Francisco. Glad you joined here us on Niners Radio Live as the Niners going on to win in a comeback style. They end up winning by a score in a compromising fashion. They win by a score of 17-13. Kyle Shanahan just did his post-game presser, so we apologize. We apologize. We're coming a little bit late. We're going to get you back out to Lumen Field, Seattle, with some of the players coming up. Niners winning by a score of 17-13 is joining us here live. So we're going to, in a few minutes, we're going to get you right back out to Lumen Field in Seattle to talk to some of the players going to speak. So if you come in and join us on Niners Radio Live, with yours truly, Professor B. We're on the air right now. It's now 1 minute past the bottom of the hour of 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, past the bottom of the hour, a quarter of the bottom of the hour. Niners were winners today, so we will, guys, check us out on Niners Radio 49, and I'm going to be doing some post-game stuff on our flagship satellite digital media. What a good way to start the 2025 season. The 49ers would have come from behind. We'll recap that game, and we'll give you all the update around the score of Week 1 of the National Football League. So, sadly, of course, the bad news is, unfortunately, George Stone Cold Kittle left that game with a hamstring injury. He did not return, but it was a team effort today. Team effort today. Niners were winners by a comeback fashion, as they win by a score of 17-13. This was one of those ugly wins. The Niners have now beaten the Seahawks and have won 5 of their last 7 up at Lumen Field. And if they have won 6 of their last 7. In fact, they've won 7 of their last 8, including the playoff win against the Seahawks in the NFC playoff 3 years ago out at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. So the 49ers now have started to dominate the Seahawks in recent years. And they've, under Brock Purdy, since he took over the reins as quarterback, they have Brock Purdy is now 4-0 versus the Seahawks up in Seattle. So I know for all you Niner fans who are watching right now, great night, great afternoon to celebrate. Great way to the start of the season premiere of 49ers post-game live on Niners Radio 49. Yours truly, Brian Professor B. Davis, beginning its 4th season as your mediator and host broadcaster. And we'll bring you from opening day till all the way, hopefully, to Super Sunday, which will be at the Mecca coming up in February 2026 as the city of the Bay, the San Francisco Bay Area will be the site of Super Bowl 60 coming up in February 2026 at the Mecca at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And we hopefully, your 49ers will be a part of it, just like they did, like their counterparts did 41 years ago after the thrilling 1984 regular season when they went on to a Super Bowl win. So we're going to get you back out there in a few moments. The post-game presser, we're going to, in fact, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll take a quick break, and we'll get you back out to Levi Stadium in just a few minutes. We'll be right back. We're here live we're down here live at the Blue Light Bar and Grill here in the Marina District in San Francisco. Professor B here live for Niners Radio. Post-game live on Niners Radio 49.
Quick game, a lot of ups and downs, it tested us in a lot of ways, so it was really good. Obviously, ending with a win is what we're always aiming for, and the fact that I was able to help is always great.
So much was made of the run defense struggles. Well, last year, I think they averaged 3.2 today in 26 years. Just what was your impressions of what was working, how you were able to slow them down in that regard?
Yeah, I'm proud of how how many yards rushing?
your body or whatever, the defender can punch it out or whatever. So that's something, we work on and we emphasize a lot in practice and stuff. So I'm glad to see it, come into play there.
Does that moment feel like it's happening in slow motion? Does it feel like it's happening fast? How does it, like in your head, how's it playing out?
Definitely slow. I went up, I caught it, looked down at my feet, make sure I was in bounds, and kind of looked around for some flags. And it was silent, because we're on the road. So I think Russell Gage, someone was like, you scored. And so then I was, didn't believe it. And then I was, spiked the ball, go celebrate with all my guys. So.
Have you had game-winning touchdowns in your career?
I think this is my first game winner in my whole career. So definitely exciting and, dream come true. So.
When George goes out, what's kind of the conversation with you and Luke and Brian just in terms of you got to step up here? I know game plan was have George have you, right?
Yeah. So it's really just figuring out, in our different personnels who's going to play which position and how we're going to split up, the 11 personnel stuff. So that stuff was all, talked about at halftime, talked about, throughout the third and fourth quarter. But yeah, so we just try and, be as prepared as you can and slide right in there and try and, have the level of play be, as close as it can possibly be.
Did Purdy say anything to you after the catch or in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, he just said congrats. He was super excited, came over and talked to me, and just a big play. And, he does a great job keeping the play alive. And I asked him if he was throwing it out of bounds. He's like, no, I was just trying to give you a chance. So I appreciate him doing that.
The stat coming into today was one career target for you.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the instincts of like practicing and repping this.
Yep.
It's just in practice where you kind of build that up.
Yeah. I mean, practice really, anytime you can get it, even if it's on, I've spent, a year on the practice squad before, so like scout team stuff, and like anytime you're in practice and you're running routes, it's really just a great opportunity to like, work on your craft and try and become a better player.
You've been able to see the play, like see it back.
Yeah, I've seen a video of it. I saw it on Instagram, so.
There was some talk about Dwight Clark.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
because of
The location, yeah.
Yeah, and jumping in front of it.
Yeah. What about?
Where are you going to the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. I hope so. But yeah, I mean, maybe some similarities. I don't know, but that's cool if people are saying that.
You said you spiked it. Were you able to track it down? Do you have it?
Yeah, I do have it. One of our ball guys on the other sideline was able to snag it, and Doc gave it to me, so I was super happy about that. So I got to get some type of trophy case or shelf or something. So we'll see.
Your first couple of catches came earlier on that drive.
Yeah.
Did you know Brock was going to be looking for you at a safety valve, or what went on with those?
Yeah, so the first one was a screen, honestly, and I, could have done a better job on that one. Kind of got caught up, my feet caught up with one of the offensive linemen. So I was disappointed about that one because that was they were calling my number a little bit. So that one could have gone better. And then the other one, I knew I could have gotten I was kind of later in the progression, so I was just trying to stay alive and, convert that into a first down. And obviously the last one I wasn't, expecting in that fashion,
How was Brock in the huddle coming down the stretch?
I mean, he's confident, he's poised, he's like, let's go win this thing. We didn't want to kick a field goal. We didn't want to go to overtime. We wanted to score and win it right there, so.
Take one more guy.
Jake, I just asked a couple of your teammates about your first career reception coming today, not only just the touchdown, but they were all shocked to actually hear that you hadn't had a catch before today.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you feel, and how did you stay ready for this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's just preparing, like I can't tell you how many games I've prepared for, mentally, and really haven't, even gotten in the game on offense, mostly playing special teams and stuff. But that's just years of, just trying to take every practice serious, and no matter, if you're running with the ones during camp or if you're, scout team giving the defense looks, just always trying to maximize the time you get to make yourself a better player. So,
Thanks, Jake.
thank you guys.
Together, if you don't mind.
Just for the record, Brock, were you definitely throwing that for Jake all along? Wasn't throwing away or anything like that? Yeah. No, I knew Tonjes was going to come down to it.
Can you just give us through, you're obviously the long play, you're looking left, you're moving around. Describe that play?
Yeah, I mean, it was a fast break, so you walk up and snap the ball quick, and it was just a straight across the board read, and just felt like the coverage was tight, and at that point, I felt like I needed to leave the pocket, trying to find a guy in the end zone, and then as I'm going away, it was put it hopefully to where Tonjes can get it or nobody can get it. I know it was a close call, but he used his length, came down with it, and yeah, here we are.
Christian, what was your view of it? I don't know if you saw it live, but what was your view of the play there?
Yeah, I ran a flat and then just watched from there. And yeah, it was awesome. Felt like it was slow motion. And then when he came down with it, obviously we were excited.
This could be for either of you, but did you realize that was his, today he hadn't had a career reception coming into this game, and how impressive is it that he then goes out and has the game that he has?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
What does it say about him to stay ready for that moment?
I mean, he's a guy that even last year, I remember against the Rams, George was down and we had Tonjes go with. And like, he's been a smart guy, and it just, it comes down to opportunities and in games. Do you get the right look, to get the ball and everything? So he's been a consistent guy all throughout last year in camp, and George goes down today, and then boom, he's ready for his opportunity. So we all love Jake. He's a smart kid, and we all love him, and he's a brother to us. So we're gonna, keep moving forward.
Yeah, he's a guy that's made of the right stuff too. Practices really hard. Attention to detail is great. He's willing to block. Does all the things right. So it's pumped for him.
Yep.
After 31 touches, do you have a sense of how your body's going to feel when you wake up tomorrow?
Oh, amazing.
There was a lot of everything, right? But a lot about the middle runs. Was that a particularly, a grinder for you?
Yeah, it's a really good defense, man. I mean, you go to an NFL game, you never know, how it's going to play out. You just got to be ready for the ops, and we knew that was a good defense. They don't give up a lot of explosives, so some of them was just stick your head in there and try to get as many as you can, and stay on the field. We had a lot of long drives, but overall, I was just happy we got that win. They're not all going to be pretty, but it was good to come out with a win.
When you guys have practiced the 2-minute drills, have you practiced that throw to Ricky? Is that part of the repertoire, and how did that develop?
I mean, yeah, in certain situations, Kyle knows when to take a shot and everything, and has a good idea of like what defenses do. So, that was a great play call by Kyle, man. And then Ricky executed a great double move on Tariq, and for us to be able to come down with it, the O-line holding their protection and giving us the time to throw a play down the field. It's not easy, but yeah, we've done that at practice, and but I thought it was huge, man, just for Ricky, to get out there in his first start, and then in a clutch moment like that, do his job and come down with the catch and put us in position to score.
There were a lot of games last year, particularly in the division, that came down the wire that you guys weren't able to pull out. What does it do for this team's confidence to get one on the road against a division opponent early, and especially with it being in question till the end there?
Yeah, it means a lot. I think, we have a really new team, and I think there's so much talk about this, our past teams, and but we try to wipe all the past noise away and focus on this team. And to have a bunch of new guys come out for the first time together and to play with each other and get out a gritty win against a good team in a tough environment, that's a big deal. And there's so much we can build from that we're excited about. But to come out of a game like that with a win is huge.
Ross, all the one-on-one stuff you've done with Ricky, was that kind of payoff today?
Yeah, 100%. I thought there were some things that, I missed him on, that he did his job really well, and so we're gonna go back and continue to grow and build together. But yeah, man, from him coming in with the right attitude at camp, willing to learn our offense from day one, and be humble as a young player and ask me like, hey, as a quarterback, what do you see? What do you need from me? He's done that day in and day out, and he absolutely loves football. So for me as a quarterback, I want to ride with a guy like that and go out and compete and find ways to win. And so I thought today going out there, man, with the position that Kyle put him in to go out and win one-on-one reps and come down with the ball, man, it was pretty awesome to see. So we're going to keep growing together.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Last one. Good job, guys.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, where's my hoodie at? Yeah, that was great. I just saw a picture of that. I'm like, that looks terrible. Given the circumstance, it's all right, though.
What happened? You get hit in the nose?
Yeah, no, I just I laid out for the tackle, and I guess my helmet wasn't on tight enough, so that chin strap kind of came up and got the nose. But it was more so falling on his cleat that got me falling on his, just like right in the stomach. So just tried to let that subside for a bit. It's all good.
Did it fire you up more for, I mean, you don't need to get fired up for games, but it seemed like every tackle was very emphatic.
Yeah, I mean, I just knew we needed that energy, right? I mean, it's big game, week 1 on the road. We knew how tough of a battle this was going to be, and I was trying to just continue to inspire my teammates through the adversities that we were hitting there throughout the game. And so, ideally, I was really hoping to get the ball, but my teammates doing an incredible job all game of finding ways to get that. And I know we didn't finish +1. I think we were even after that Bosa play, but can't express how huge of a win this is.
So it was like having Robert Saleh back on the sideline. How good of a game did you call?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, I've talked about it all offseason, just the confidence that you have as a player with such a dialed-in coach like that. It was great, again, having him back on the sideline, making adjustments. I kind of had a feel for how he was going to call the game. So throughout the game when he was making calls, being on the same page, and it was great. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but you love to learn off of a win.
You're talking about the young players on your defense so much this summer. What it's like to see Winters, Siegel, other guys flying all around. They were making a lot of plays out there.
Yeah, it's so big. And I mean, when you have young players, you hope that, they obviously play assignment sound, but the thing that you cannot not show is that tenacity, that relentlessness to the football. That's to their advantage, in your youth, being able to just play with your hair on fire. And we needed that in a big way, I think. Obviously, I wasn't able to truly see it yet on the tape, but I can't wait to watch.
Did you sense any nerves in those guys? Did you feel the need to say anything? To help?
Not at all. Not at all. I told them before we even started the game, I said, hey, just hang with me all game. We're just gonna take this thing one play at a time, and let's just be great with the fundamentals and being on the communication of everything. And I thought we did that.
At one point, you're in the tent, and there seems to be a real urgency among the staff just outside the tent to go find your helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Give you your helmet, and you come out with your helmet
Mm-hmm.
on. You ran out. Was it something where you felt good and you're like, okay, give me my helmet, I need to go back to the game?
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't even want to go in the tent, to be honest. They just made me do that I guess that's the rules. So as soon as I got in there, I'm like, where's my helmet? Let's do it.
What was your view of Bosa's final play there to get the fumble?
You'll see it. It wasn't the best coverage by our group, but thank God for Bosa in that situation. I saw the ball come out. I didn't know who forced it. I saw him get on it, and so the fact that he made that big of a play, it was major. It wasn't clean at all, like I said, all game long, but finding a way to win in the division week 1 is major.
Do a couple more, guys.
Motivation, given the fact you won't see the Seahawks until the last game of the regular season.
I didn't even realize that until you just said it. It was extra motivation knowing that it was in the division, it was on the road, week 1. I mean, it's always everything at stake, but you understand when you played long enough how big those division games are. So the fact that we were able to come on the road and get this win, can't speak enough to it.
Nick was saying that in the lead up to games, Saleh's really emphatic about making sure everyone, is on the same page defensively. I don't know if you guys saw, but he was running up the steps pre-game. Like, what does his energy bring to the room outside of just the X's and O's that rubbed off on you?
I mean, yeah, you'd be surprised throughout the week. He has little to no energy and he's very stoic. He saves it all for game day. And you can get rowdy and have fun on game day when you're executing at a high level, right? And so all that work we put in throughout the week, really going through it and being hard on ourselves to then come out and just let it loose on game day. That's what it's going to be about all year long. And like I said, it wasn't pretty at all. There's so much to clean up, but much rather clean it up off of a win.
All right, thanks, Fred.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that was Fred Warner wrapping it up in Seattle, and also wrapping it was Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey wrapping it up for the 49ers come from behind victory over the Seattle Seahawks up in Lumen Field. The Niners winning 17-13. The Niners pick up in a very important divisional win to kick off this 2025 season. The Niners, of course, last year in the match, only picking up only one divisional win last year in the disappointing season last year. They end up going 1-5 in the NFC West. So that was a big, important victory. The Niners coming out with a W against the Seattle Seahawks and for a divisional record. So glad you guys are joining us. We're right now. We're also streaming on our new platform on our main sister page. They are right now. We're on. Right now we're on our new on Patreon.com/SDM News Network. That's our flagship, and Niners Radio 49 is part of our sister network as well. So time is now 5:03. For those of you listening online, our audio version of our postgame live, after we're done with Niners Radio 49, we will go to our network affiliate to give you the scores around week number 1 of the NFL. So, and around Major League Baseball as well. So, so we got some stuff we could talk about the game. We are going to give you a recap of today's game. That game winner. So we're here at the Patreon here in San Francisco, or we were at the Blue Light here in San Francisco. The Blue Light is located here on Union Street here in the Marina Kalahalo district in San Francisco, here in the northeast sector of San Francisco. We're now at, for those of you who are listening online right now, we're at 5:04 Pacific Standard Time. And we are going to give you a recap of what's going on around week number 2 of the week 1 of the National Football League. Niners picking up their first win of 2025, starting off to a good start. And then we also it was Jake Tongues that Purdy connected for the game-winning touchdown with a little over 90 seconds left to play in the contest. So that was the difference of the game. And we're going to give you the recap of the game. Give you the recap of the game, how the 49ers, how they came out with this W. And we'd just like to remind you, the video feed, thanks for our friends from 49ers.com, but for all the feed. And please check us out on youtube.com/@Niners Radio 49. And also on our new platform, on our network, we're Satellite Digital Media News Network. We're patreon.com/SDM News Network. That's patreon.com/SDM News Network. You can check us out on there. Check out all of our platform. We'll be doing Niners post-game. We're doing Niners weekly stuff. We'll get guests on our podcast to preview the teams. And it's going to be a fun year again. You know, I know last year was not coming off that heartbreaking loss in the Super Bowl over more than a year and a half ago. to the Kansas City Chiefs in Vegas, and to come back and had a rough year with all the injuries. I always talk about every year in the NFL, it's a new year, different year. It's, it's a new year. It's new names and new faces every year. So, but, a lot of new faces coming in this year, So we, every year is a new year. So we're gonna get to recap the game. The Niners in the first quarter, it was Purdy connected with George Kittle with a 5-yard touchdown. The Niners started out in the first quarter, 17 plays, 85 yards, 8 minutes and 22 seconds. That put the 49ers up 7-0. And then in the second quarter, the Seahawks scored on a touchdown as Jones scored on a touchdown, and Charbonnet on a 1 yard, the left guard on a 1 yard run for a touchdown. Seahawks started at the 31-yard line, 31 yards, 5 minutes and 5 seconds. That put them up. That was 7-7. Then Jacob Myers booted a 48-yard field goal. Seahawks had 8 plays, 50 yards, and it was 10-7, and it stayed that way until the third quarter. But we're going to take this quick timeout, and we'll recap the second half in just a moment. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. We're here live, the Professor here live at the Blue Light here in San Francisco's Marina District. You're listening to 49ers live postgame show here on Niners Radio. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back here we're live here at the Blue Light Bar and Grill here in San Francisco. Professor B on location this afternoon here on Satellite Digital Media. As we, in case you just missed it, the 49ers with a dramatic come-from-behind victory over the Seattle Seahawks up at Lumen Field, winning by a score of ended up winning 17-13. Just a reminder, 49ers, visit the 49ers team store. Free shipping over for orders for at least $29 or more. Terms, exclusions apply. Please check out the Niners team store at shop49ers.com. That's shop49ers.com. So we go to the third quarter, no score in the third quarter. It was a defensive battle like a pitcher's duel. The Niners hit a field goal after Jake Moody missed a chip shot field goal in the first half, and he had one field goal blocked, so he was 1 for 3. He was 1 for 3. The Niners got a field goal, a 32-yard field goal by Jake Moody. 13 plays, 52 yards, 5 minutes and 8 seconds. Moody gets a 32-yard field goal. That tied the game at 10-10. And then the Seahawks, as former Niner backup Sam Darnold, who the big Seahawks big free agent acquisition from the Minnesota Vikings, 8 plays, 34 yards. Myers hits his second field goal of the game that puts the Seahawks up 13-10. Then the fourth quarter, the Niners started at the 32-yard line, 9 plays, 68 yards in a minute and 50. As Purdy connected with reserve tight end, he connected with tight end. It was Jake Tungs filling in for the injured George Kittle. And that ended up being the game winner. The former Cal Golden Bears star had put the Niners up 17-13. And then late in the fourth quarter, it was Nick Bosa, the 2022 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, sacked the ball, knocked the ball out of the hands he knocked the ball and stripped loose the ball he ended up stripping that ball from quarterback Zach Darnold. The Niners recovered it, and that was it. And the Niners win it by a score. They end up winning by a score of 17-13. So we now go into our box scores. So we going to take a look of the final totals of today's game, the stats. As we'll take a look at all the okay, so yep, so we're having some technical problems. We're just freezing up, yeah. as we're here on Niners Radio 49 and part of Satellite Digital Media. Just a reminder, when we get done with this, we'll go to our flagship Satellite Digital Media News for the recap around Week 1 of the NFL, and we'll give you the and then give you the scores around Major League Baseball as well. So the Niners go to 1-0 of the season. And then so let's take a look. We're going to take a look around the scores around Week 2. Just a reminder coming up, a reminder for all Niner fans and everybody, Super Bowl 60 is coming back to the Bay Area, return to the Bay Area for the first time in 10 years and only for the third time ever. And just a reminder, on location Super Bowl ticket, once in a lifetime. Super Bowl 60 head to the San Francisco Bay Area on February 8th, 2026. Ticket packages on location, hospitality provider of the NFL are not available. Fans can secure a guaranteed seat location for the Super Bowl through these packages, including premium tickets combined with elevated hospitality, exclusive entertainment, including only official game day pre-game parties on the Super Bowl campus. So check them out at On Location exp.com/SB60. That's On Location exp.com/SB60. Of course, the Super Bowl will be the site of this year's Super coming up in February of 2026. It's going to be a great time out there. Hopefully, Niners Radio 49 will be out there, or Satellite Digital Media giving you exclusive out there for the week of the Super Bowl. Let's check out the scores on week number 1 around the NFL. It was the Bengals eking off the Cleveland Browns in the Battle of Ohio, up in northern Ohio in Cleveland, 17-16. And then, of course, the Niners will win 17-13. And the Bills and the Ravens are just getting underway. Tampa Bay over Atlanta, 23-20. Miami getting blown out by the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, 33-8. Raiders a win over the Patriots, 20-13. And then the Cardinals over the Saints at the Superdome, 20-13. This game today for the Niners means significant because the Rams were winners today. Steelers over the Jets, 34-32. The Commanders, the team that went all the way to the NFC Championship, with a 21-6 win over the New York Giants. Jaguars over the Panthers, 26-10. The Broncos over the Titans, 20-12. And then it was the Packers. I say Green Bay's going to win that division this year. 27-13 to win over Detroit. And then the Rams with a defensive battle, 14-9. And boy, that shows you how big that win was for the Niners today because now Seattle sits in last place in the NFC West, but it's only one game. And then you had the Eagles over Dallas, 24-20, and the Chargers over the Chiefs, 27-21. And then Monday Night Football will be the Bears over the Vikings. Bears and Vikings for Monday Night Football tomorrow night. So we're going to take this break, and we'll get ready to we'll wrap it up for Niners Radio 49 in a few moments. And for those of you, so we'll take this quick timeout. We'll be right back. pressure be? I'm doing, here we go. We're back here on Niners Radio 49. We got 49er faithful in the building here. We're now at 5:25. What do you think of today's game?
My name is Bree. I'm a San Francisco fan since I was 26 years old. That's what I am right now. Go Niners preseason. That's what we needed.
Well, it's now regular season now. The game's counting standings now. What are your thoughts of today's win?
Easy win. We got that in the bag. So this is our season right here.
Yeah. Yeah, during the game of just great comeback win.
Preseason, I'm so excited. This will be excited for the season. Can't wait for what's to come next.
Yep, and Niners, they'll be playing the New Orleans Saints next Sunday.
I know. What do you think about it?
I would love to go out and do a road show out there, but unfortunately I don't got the finances right at this time.
That's fine. We'll save it up for after Super Bowl. We're saving up for the Super Bowl.
Well, the Super Bowl is here. The Super Bowl will be here this year, though, so you know.
Levi said we need a premium suite. That's why we're paying for it.
Yeah, I got ways to get financially, but I would love to. That'd be my dream to either. I like to go to Radio Row to interview all the NFL legends. That would be awesome.
We're down there.
Yeah, but it's early in the season. I'm just focusing on one game at a time.
Yeah, it's preseason is so early, but I have to stick with my team. That's all I can say.
Yep. So I'm gonna get ready to wrap this part of the podcast up, and I got to do a sports update on our local affiliate, Satellite Digital Media, and nice for you coming on. Go Niners!
Of course, go Niners!
All right. So thank you for joining us.
Of course, thank you for having me on.
Anytime.
Yes, I got you.
Check us out.
We're gonna do that for interview.
All right, thank you. So we back here at we're now about we're getting ready to wrap it up for now for the here on Niners Radio 49. The rest of the podcast will be on our sister network. We'll give you the update, the latest around the sports wrap up of week 1 and plus other sports news around on this Sunday afternoon. Just a reminder, coming up tomorrow, we'll have our season premiere of 49ers recap, the aftermath. It's going to be it will be a Victory Monday. We will have a Victory Monday tomorrow. I don't know what time we're going to go on. I got a few items I have to take care of. So we're going to be having our Niners Radio 49 Victory Monday. We may have it after Monday Night Football tomorrow night. And we'll have you guys, it will be to be determined. So hope you guys enjoyed us. For those of you on Satellite Digital Media on our patreon.com page, we will continue just give you a recap of what's going on in the NFL. And we will... and for us, we'll be back on tomorrow for Niners Radio 49 on our for Victory Monday recap, and then we'll savor this win, and then we'll get you ready. We'll get you ready for the Niners and Saints. That'll be next Sunday, 1 week from today, and the kickoff time will be at 10 a.m. It'll be a morning start at the Superdome, just like the old days when the Niners played the Saints. When the old days when the Niners were in the NFC West, that would be a 10 a.m. kickoff. That would be at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And for any of you Niner faithful got plans to go out to New Orleans, hey, go out there, be safe, and don't drink too much. So we'll get you ready for we'll recap this game tomorrow, and then we'll get you ready later in the week for the Niners and the New Orleans Saints. That's going to be a 10 a.m. kickoff in the Big Easy at the Superdome. Make that the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Niners making their first trip back there to the Dome for the first time in 5 years. George Stone Cold Kittle, his hamstring issue. He's going to be, we don't know what the further extent of that injury, but we'll get more information as it develops. But anyway, for all you on Niners Radio 49, watching 49ers Postgame Live, or wherever you are, we wish you a very pleasant good evening. And once again, the final score, Niners 17, Seahawks 13. Niners go to 1-0. Niners, by the way, have now won 7 of their last 8 overall. That includes the playoff from 3 years ago. And they have won 5 of their last 7 up at Lumen Field, formerly known as the Lumen. Professor B, check it out for Niners Radio 49 exclusively on association with Satellite Digital Media, where every team has a fan, and every fan has a voice, the network home of champions. Wish all of you a very, very pleasant good evening. Good night, everybody. Take care.